So what is the Matrix? Well, it could be a lot of things. It could be a complete digital world, and we just can't seem to comprehend this digital world. It could be some sort of alien experiment, which could be digital or some sort of creation. We're just living in it. It could be God, for whatever we understand God to be. But say if you're a Christian, you would say God created the earth and then put man on the earth. Well, technically, then this would be a false world in comparison to the world of our Creator making this place. For instance, if I had a hamster or ants, the hamster, I would put him in a cage and put all this stuff in there. And to him, that would be a real world. But technically, it's not real. I mean, it's real, but it's not real, right? So there's an outside world that would be considered the real world. And same with the ants. You could put dirt in an ant farm and they go digging and they create their little world. To them, that is real. But there's a world outside of it that's even more real than they know. So this could be something like that. We just don't know. We won't know. I don't think anyone can ever tell you what it truly is. What we know is by reading the Bibles or religion or just even thinking outside of the box. This is a box. I think it's pretty clear, because I think if you were religious, you would have to look and say, well, technically this isn't a real world. It was created. And so therefore it's not 100% real, and it is like a Sims. Whether we have free will or not, we have to operate in this world that was created. And most religions tell you that there's something outside of this place. So if there is something outside of it, this isn't the real world. It is a Sims. It is a Roblox. It's fake. The unfortunateness of this knowledge is we put so much credibility into this place. We believe in this place more than anything outside of it. And it's easy to do that because you're actually physically here. But the unfortunateness, by believing in it so much, we lock ourselves into depressing situations. And it is depressing. You have a group of people that run this place. Supposedly, we're voting people in. We're given the idea that we have choice, but we're voting people in. And we're always oppressed, always controlled. And that's no fun. Mind you, it's under the guise of doing good, and it does. It has its place and it has its purpose, but power gets out of control. We do need laws and regulation, but it gets out of control. And there seems to be no end to it, which is so that kind of shows you the false reality we live in. There's like no end to law and regulation. It just continues to grow and grow and grow. And when you think it couldn't get more controlling, it does. Yet we still have freedoms. So it's very, very out there, very confusing. But these are all the probabilities, And if we did talk about alien tech, or, people talk about aliens came down and created man. Well, that could be a term for God. God came down, created man. Some odd reason, somebody he was working with, they had some disagreements, and maybe he somehow, by technology, stuck him here. And then we have Satan, or the bad guy, the person that's coming and causing trouble here. Plenty of religions have that in their story. So maybe there's some truth to that. Maybe that's why things are so controlled and oppressing here. But that does give us the knowledge that there is a way out and there's something on the other side. Unless you have one of those religions that say you're constantly reincarnated and come back, unless you reach nirvana or something. But even then, maybe there's truth to that too. Maybe we do come back. Maybe we do recycle, and maybe part of awakening allows us to not recycle back. Possibilities. But it is a crazy idea of how religion works, our history works, and what this place is. I mean, you could go into deep thought into this stuff, just crazy. But with these religions, yeah, the recycling. I mean, that's a nice idea, because some of these religions put you into, like, if you do wrong here, you're in the sea of fire, or you're in a bad place, and you're going to suffer that for eternity. I mean, what is that? Like, that doesn't make any sense, that a creator would make something, and then if you slipped up, you're in a whole heap of trouble permanently, forever. I mean, if we put ourselves in that situation, creating something, I don't think we would do that. I don't think we would. There would always be a chance for forgiveness, always, no matter what. If you have your children, and there's probably people out there that have to have the tough love and kind of distance themselves from their children. But I think through it all, you're always, if they came back and tried to better themselves, and you would have forgiveness for that. And I could just see, as any maker would, I don't think you'd want to put someone in the fire for eternity. I'm not trying to come down on everyone that believes that. If you're religious and that's part of your religion, more power to you, because if that keeps you from doing bad deeds, then that's helpful. That's doing some help for you. But on my end, I don't believe that would be the case. And I'm not gonna feel like I can just run around and do bad deeds. I wouldn't do that. I have that respect for myself in this place, this crazy place. But there's people out there that say if it's a spiritualism thing, probably like Buddhism or anything, that it's like a school for learning this planet, this place. Because then you wonder why. Like, why were we put here? God created man, put man here, so he could live in peace and harmony and love. Then things are betrayed. He says, don't eat the apple. Eve eats the apple. And then the world needs to suffer. It's a crazy story. That's a crazy story. In spiritualism, you're put here, it's a school or some sort of learning place so you can better your mind and reach nirvana, be at one with the universe or the maker of the universe. I don't know. I can't really believe that it's a school either. That's a tough one too, because why be created and then have to learn? Why not just be created, learned? If this is a program, why not just be programmed to love and have intelligence and be caring and all that? You would just be try to make your character that way. If you're creating The Sims, in the Sims world, you're creating characters, and you would think this intelligence would be able to input any information it wanted into the brain, into the body, or whatever it is, it would have it. So I don't know why it would be a school. I don't believe it's a jail either. There's people that think this is a jail planet. Your soul is put here, and it's a jail, and you're doing time. Now, I actually believe that could be something to that, actually. You're put here to do time. Now, when people go to jail, it ranges from your time serving is based upon your crime. So what if you come here to this planet? Death comes at any age. So maybe that's time served. You go, the people that are living to be 90 or 100, man, must really be doing some time. I mean, they must have done something really, really horrible on the other side. Maybe. I don't know. The average people are living to be 80. Maybe that's the average crime on the other side, and it's around 75, 85 years old, and you do your 75, 85 years. Average crimes, popular crime out there on the other side. Otherwise, what's the point of dying at different ages if this is a prison? It would have to be based on time being served. So is that something? I don't know. That's crazy stuff. Think about it. What else could it be? Just a place God put us so we could frolic, and then we made a mistake and now we got to suffer. Then he puts the devil here so the devil can suffer too. That's an odd concept too. Why would you put the devil in the place of your creation if the devil is upset with you and your creation? So now you basically locked him in the room with your kids. That doesn't make any sense. So now the devil's going to be like, all right, I want to torture this one. And God's just going to sit back and be like, oh, God, well, hope you learn your lesson. It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't add up. Doesn't add up to me. I mean, I don't think anybody would do that to their creation. And if you had the power to create things, why wouldn't you just put the devil somewhere else? Why wouldn't you lock him up some other place? Doesn't make sense. If this is based on extraterrestrial aliens and they were on this planet cultivating it and breeding it and doing whatever as an experiment or for use, we're here to mine gold. That doesn't make sense. You would just create robots would do it. But if you did that and then you just said, well, I'm out of here and I'm taking my spaceship, and you leave the other bad alien here and you fly off in your spaceship, yeah. Guess that's why he's stuck here. He can't leave. He's stuck. But why? But then you create the people, or you turn the people already created, they're here, you would turn them to worship you, I would think. And you would convince them the other side's bad. So if they ever came back, they would be like, no, that you're bad. I mean, I don't know. There could be something to that. That's that's an interesting concept. But then why would they make people? What's the point? Just messing around, just for fun? I don't know. I don't know. That's just a whole heap of nothing. Who the heck knows? You know? What if this is completely just a digital world? I mean, you wouldn't know. You wouldn't know. Why would you know? Because you create video games or play video games, you think you know how the avatar or NPC game thing would know what it is? How do we know it wouldn't feel like this feels? Everything's solid, right? Can't put my hand through it. Well, why can't it be digital? What if it is digital? We just don't understand it. Then we're all digital. That would be nuts. We're just going through here just playing these roles, creating roles for ourselves of who we are and what we do. We pretty much base our identity with our jobs. Most jobs we don't even like. And so we base our identity on stuff we don't even like, creating this personality. Then we blame, it's always placing blame. Oh, I'm this way because of my parents. I'm this way because of the city I grew up in. I'm this way because of my peers. I mean, we deflect everything away from ourselves, from taking any responsibility. I mean, how horrible is that? We don't want any responsibility. We run from it at every chance we get. I'm just a product of my environment. I'm just a product of my parents. If my mom didn't yell at me that one time, or if my father didn't spank me that one time, maybe you had abusive parents. Oh, they were horrible, yelling and saying mean things, coming after me. Yeah, it's a bad situation. It's a bad situation. There's bad situations out there. But once we can get out of them, we have the power to get out of them, we force ourselves out of them. God, we got to really fight to have acceptance over our situations. To accept it, know we couldn't have changed it, and then force ourselves to say, that's not me, that's not going to make me what it wanted to make me, to force me into. I'm going to be a better person, right? It's not easy, but we're capable of it. That's how strong and resilient we are. We're capable of getting over things quite well. And we got to keep that in mind, that we are strong enough to get over certain situations. That being said, it still could be a digital world. Doesn't mean it's not. Perhaps it's digital and that's just what those people were doing because they're NPCs and that's all the script they're following. They were programmed to be that way. You could be the real person, they could be NPCs, and they're just following the script. That's a sick, sad situation to think about. Could be a whole heap of NPCs out here. And NPCs could be in the analog world of God and aliens and this planet. There could be so many NPCs out here. There could only be a handful of real people, and we're just all experiencing this with these NPCs and constantly causing trouble. These people could not be, they might be fake, just running a program. They seem real, maybe a little bit off, and they're just running the program. It's like speed bumps on the road, and you just, God, you gotta navigate around them and work so hard just to get by. But even then, it can go even deeper. What if we're NPCs? What if we are all NPCs? What if this is a whole digital world and we are all NPCs? All of us. The ones that think they're awakening and have this spirituality going on, any religion, they feel that they've reached a pinnacle of greatness. What if that's just a glitch? What if we're all NPCs and the ones that are glitching, because glitches can come in so many different ways. The ones that are frizzing out, you got the Karens and things going on since 2020. It's been like heavy on the Karens. What if that's just them frizzing out on their own digitalness, right? And it's just making them trip like that. And then you have the others that are saying, oh, I see what the world is fake, and these politics are this and that, and they're taking advantage of us, and I didn't notice that before. Maybe that's just a glitch. Maybe they're just fritzing out. And it's opened up their programming to where they can actually see the program running. The others are against it, and they're frizzing out, complaining at every nuance of life, getting in everyone's way constantly because they're going in circles. And the other ones are like, oh my God, I see like this is fake. Oh, what if you're just a robot? Man, that's sad. That's sad, right? Let's hope not. But even if you are, I mean, there's nothing you can do. Either way, you get to the end of your story. And if you're going to sit there and just be like, wow, this is a bummer. Man, it's so easy to do that. But if you're going to do that, why? Why even go that route? I go the other route, because if you have eyes to see that you're like, wow, this is a bungled world, have some fun with it. Toy with it. It tries to toy with you, toy with it back. Go places where it wouldn't expect you to go. You know? Even in your own town, even in your own county, your own state. Just get up and go somewhere. You know, you don't hike, start hiking. Just go to some random hikes. You know, just really just put yourself out there in different ways. Yeah, that would be the thing to do. That would just be the thing to do. Have some fun with it. I think that would help. You know. But there are a lot of strange people out there. Leads me to believe that NPCs are real. I believe it. You run into some crazy things out there. And with all the Karens and with all the people and with all the weird stuff going on, you know, it's just like, just real people wouldn't do half the stuff that's going on out there. And real people wouldn't put up with the enslavement that we're under. You know, you got to be an NPC to go along with this story, right? I mean, I just couldn't believe real people are putting up with the housing market, the rents, right? The politics. We're seriously hiring in these or voting in these politicians. I mean, you see half of these people, especially nowadays. I mean, you got Trump and you have Biden in the United States. Like, seriously, who wrote the script for that? That is so written as a script. It's a comic book. How did we go from life where we believed everything, you know, with the presidents and people believed it back in the old days, back in the days. The early 1900s, people believed it. The mid 1900s, people believed it. Now, I mean, come on. Who's believing this junk? One guy can't even read a prompter. He squints nonstop. Like, he just walks around perma-squinting. I just, really? He can barely walk. He's falling over. He's doing some odd things. And the other guy, he's some rich mogul who's, of course, has to have an outstanding hairstyle. I mean, what is that, right? You don't even know if it's coming or going. He's got a, I don't know. I don't know about the personality. It's funny. I mean, I just don't get it. And people are gun-ho about either one. That it just doesn't, I'm not buying it. See, that's the shizzle that the NPCs go for. You know, the whole world, majority NPCs, falling for this and carrying the agenda out, and us real people have to sit there and wonder what's going on. Like, really? These are our choices? Okay. You're going to get half of the real people being manipulated and saying, well, I guess so. I'll go ahead and vote. I'll pick the best of the worst. Yeah, it just, we can't win. We can't win. This is how good the system works. It's got us so good. It's got us so good. We have like no choice. And we believe we have no choice. We just go like, okay, even if we did protest or do anything, it's a handful of real people. The rest are NPCs. It's just a big joke. It's like a big waste of time. It's not solving any problems. You get those people protesting these days right now for a certain thing. What's it going to solve? It's not stopping anything. It's like a big waste of time. And again, it's just to put on TV to show us that, oh, we're getting somewhere. We're going to do something. You're not going to do anything. Even if you did do something, it's not worth anything. It doesn't create the change that you want. If you really wanted to stop stuff, you really wanted to make change, you could. But the NPCs aren't going to help you. And if you don't have the NPC helping you, you're far too few to do anything. That's something to think about. But here we are right now talking about it. You know, we're too few to do anything. And this place keeps us all preoccupied. It gets all the real people, right? The real people get so preoccupied. We're bought. We're bought and paid for. We're constantly busy. This world keeps you busy, gives you so many opportunities to be busy. It's given you PTSD, trauma, that you just want to stay busy because you can't face anything. It's got you. It's a sick, sad world, and it's got you. It's got you good. It's got your money. It forces you to work. And if you want to be any good, you're going to be working long hours, working hard, get your money, and then what does it do? It takes it. And it doesn't even really, it not only takes it, it forces you into a position where it's like, you're going to give me the money or else we'll lock you up. So it's going to take it. And then on top of it, it still convinces you to give it and not do anything about it. You'll do shopping, you'll pay the prices they put. And it convinces you want stuff. You want all this stuff. So go spend. And we'll charge what we want, and you're going to pay it. You may go home and grumble about it. Oh, this economy's terrible. You're still stopping at places to spend money that you shouldn't even spend. And then everyone complains, I need more money. So what's the solving nature of that? Work another job, 2 jobs, 3 jobs, work 2 jobs and have a side hustle. This whole term, side hustle, and they give you these terms. Oh my God, we create these stupid. You're killing yourself is what you're doing, right? Let's just be honest. The NPC won't agree with it. The NPC will create excuses for this matrix. Don't fall for it. It'll tell you it's just the right way and we're doing the best we can. No, you're killing yourself to survive. You spend more time at, typical people spend more time at their job than they do at home. And if you have kids, you don't see your kids. They've been convinced to go to school forever. And back in the days, the 1900s, what did you do? You went to kindergarten, right? And then you went on to high school, graduated. Maybe you went to college for your 2-year AA. And you were something if you went for a 4-year college. I mean, man, you were a go-getter. But see, that was still, you were occupied. And you didn't have your parents with you in school. So you didn't see your parents. What have they convinced people now? Not just preschool. Preschool. It's like the moment you're born, they want you in the care of somebody else until you graduate high school. And nowadays, you're convinced that you need to go to 4-year college if you want a decent job and make some decent money and be a real product of society. So everybody does it. Almost everybody does it. They go and do that. Then they do the 4 years, and then that's not good enough. They want to go get a master's. They want to go do more years of school. Some jobs will even pay you to go get your master's in the field that you work in. Jobs will pay you to keep going to school. So who constructed this, right? You see, real people, I mean, are we falling for it? It's creating separation from your parents. So you're raised by the system, and then you're convinced to stay strong in the system, to produce and be a product of the system, non-stop, forever, until you retire. And nowadays, a lot of people don't even have retirement plans. And you don't even get Social Security. They keep scaring you with the idea that you won't have Social Security even. No businesses give you a pension. You talk back in the day, you got a pension. You work somewhere, you had a paycheck when you retired at 55. You were good. Yeah, this world has really, it's really twisting the towel on this one. And we just think we're going to complain and that'll solve it. I don't think so. We can't even keep ourselves away from McDonald's. I mean, what a sick, sad world is that? Charging you, and people are going to post, this McDonald's is so expensive. A-hole's still in the line to go get McDonald's. Come on. And even if you did decide to protest McDonald's and not even go, the NPC is. Probably the cars you see in the line, NPCs. There's no real person's going to shell out that kind of money. It's a struggle. And I'm not going to be convinced that we need to work longer and harder. Work more. Are we crazy? We need to break this cycle. This is absolutely ridiculous. Then how do you break the cycle? Like I said, with the NPC in the quadrillions, they'll never budge. They'll keep playing the role in the script of whatever the Matrix wants them to do. Your hands are tied. So what I mean, you got to like leave your house and go live on a tent by the river. I think what's happening? You got all these homeless people growing everywhere. Yeah, it's all drug related and mental health related, but Majority of it's like almost everybody's got a mental health and drug problem on the street, except for the very few that can have fallen on bad times, but they'll find their way out for sure. But what do? We're handcuffed to this thing. So what is this world? I don't know. If we're so handcuffed, what the heck are we doing here? What kind of play is this? Isn't that like Shakespeare said, life is a play and we're all actors in it? Seems like it. Truman Show, right? The Truman Show. And here we are. But we were really good actors before, really just played the role. And now a lot of us are saying, wait a minute, I'm not going to play that role. This is freaking unreal. This is fake. And then I got to put up with it. Like, what the heck is this? I got to put up with this place? Yeah, because you don't want to do anything harmful. It's better to put up with this place and do something. Manipulate it back. Do your thing. Do your thing. Take care of yourself and do your thing. Be healthy to yourself. And be creative, because you're a creative being, and be creative with it, But there's got to be something new to this whole spending your money and putting money where it needs to go, right? Because this place is full of distraction. It's there to take your money. It's there to keep you down. It's so distracting. And it's so hard to do. You couldn't even live in a tent by the lake. Why? Because of all the laws and regulations. This place has crossed its T's and dotted its I's. It knows what it's doing. It's a most awesome force, which then comes back to God, the Matrix, the devil. Who knows? Who knows what they are? But they know what's going on. They have a good, higher understanding than we do. And we are surely like in for a ride every day in this place. And we got to just be smart as we can be. Because it does nothing but add stress. That's why I call it the drama simulator. Because everything is drama. Everything. Your friends will cause you drama. Your parents, your relationships will cause you drama. Pets will cause you drama. Just the whole 9 yards. Speed trap on the road cause you drama. It is just drama is everywhere. Taxes, housing. The sky is falling. The sun's not our sun. Just so much drama. There's so much drama. And no, I'm not going on the ride of the sun's not our sun, but it's out there. There's no end to the drama. It's constant. Sky is falling. Wars beyond wars beyond wars. It's never ended. There's always been a war. It's never stopped. Every generation has its war. Every president has its war. That's ridiculous NPC crap. Like, you can't see through that? That's fake business. Always something going on to get your attention. And the shows these days, the shows on TV and movies, which has been this way for the longest time, but I want to throw out another one. The mindless sex scenes in movies. Who the hell needs to be watching a movie and then have one of those plopped in their face? Has nothing to do with the damn storyline, but they throw it up there. Every movie made, minus some horror movies and the bloodshed in some of these movies, but a lot of the movies made, you could watch with your whole family if they just took out the effing sex scene. Can you imagine that? They're there manipulating people, and that causes unnecessary drama because it makes for an uncomfortable moment. Who needs to see that? I don't watch a movie and say, thank God they put that in there. That was awesome. I don't. That disrupts the whole damn storyline, but they all do it. Every dang director has put that in. It's disgusting. It's weird. And we can't see through that. We can't see that. NPC drama stuff. And I'm sick of that. Imagine being able to sit back and watch some of your favorite movies with your family. You shouldn't have to tell Timmy to turn his head. You shouldn't have to pause it and try to fast forward. You don't need to do that. That's mindless drama. Those scenes don't even help the storyline ever. Ever. All you have to do is have two people look at themselves. You can insinuate it, and kids will never get that. Instead, you go full force. I mean, it's just ridiculous. And I can't believe people are still... That should be protested. But you couldn't, because the NPCs will keep that running. Right? That's just more drama. This is what I'm telling you. Drama is everywhere. It's crazy. You can't get away from it. I mean, you can look at your own life. Look at your life. Every day. Today, tomorrow, you're going out. Think of things that you're coming across and ask yourself, is this drama? Is this... Because drama comes in small or large packages. Just look at it and be like, man, is this drama? It is. Do you need it? No. That's all NPC world crap. And it can come from everybody. It can come from your family. Like I told you, it comes from everybody. It comes from random strangers out there. It comes from everybody. It finds you. It wants your attention. It wants to keep it. And you got to watch out for that. And I've said in other videos, once you realize it's a drama simulation, once you realize it wants drama from you, it's causing drama, you can pause. You can put the brakes on, pull yourself back, and have a little chuckle and be like, huh, Matrix, I got you. Thanks, guys.